Hello, and welcome to TechWatch, the EdTech video news program produced by eSchool News. I'm Laura Devaney. Schools and libraries rely on the federal E-rate program for help in funding telecommunications services, internet access, and the wiring, routers, switches, and file servers necessary to bring internet access into classrooms. Thanks to about $600 million in funding carried over from prior years, some $2.85 billion is available during the 2008 program year. The deadline for applying is February 7th. Although there are no new changes to the forms that applicants must fill out, there are a few basic changes to the program itself that applicants should be aware of. In a training session held in Florida last fall, E-rate executive Mel Blackwell described these changes.
The old way, we had a bad PIN system. When I came here, I said, wow, look at this PIN system. Only about 45% of people were using a PIN system. And so I said, well, you know, we got to do something about this. You can go on any other website, get pins immediately. You can, so why are we like Fort Knox? And so we went out and took a look at it and talked to some people and looked at how they did things. And they said, well, just push the pins out. And so that's what we did. So voila, you file the form, you get a pin. And so this has really helped us. Most of the online filing now is up over 90%, which is great. And we don't have to reinforce any more floors. As I said before, there are lots of paper. Now it's online. There were 2 signatures and a date on the appeals. Right now, all you need is 1 signature and a date somewhere. And that was one of the biggest things that tripped people up. It's amazing, these contracts, where we couldn't find 2 signatures and 2 dates. And that was a crazy rule. And we finally realized that in the FCC, and they said, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. So we'll see a lot less people who get in trouble on that one. There were no ministerial and clerical errors before. If you made a mistake, you were toasted. Now there's tons of ways for you to correct the small mistakes and get funded. We deny you in the past, we're funding you now. We were friendly before, we're more friendly now. We're trying to be. We really are, and I hope that's coming through.
Also new this year, Blackwell said, E-rate officials will include information about all the reasons funding is denied instead of stopping at the first program violation. The goal is to make it easier for applicants to file appeals.
Well, one of the good things that we're doing now that you'll hear about is that we're telling you every denial reason in your funding commitment letter. And that way you don't get caught up in a cycle, because in the past, when we went to the first denial reason, let's say you had a 28-day violation, we'd deny you there, and we wouldn't start reviewing we wouldn't review the application at all. We'd say, what's the point of it? You're denied, let's send it out. Well, there may have been another flaw in there that you didn't know, that the next year you got it in on time, but you did the same thing, which is wrong, that you didn't know about. Now we're going to tell you every denial reason, so you'll know what's going on with your whole application. So this is another great change, I think.
E-rate officials have ramped up their outreach efforts in the last few years to help guide applicants through the process. They now offer a weekly email newsletter with E-rate news and information, and last year they started making site visits to help applicants who need more extensive assistance.
We come out to you and we look for people who've had problems. If they've had to appeal a couple of years, if they're in selective and can't get out of it, they're having some kind of a major problem, we come out and we say, okay, let's get this thing solved. We tell you the answer. Here's a reason, here's what you're doing wrong, here's how to correct it, let's get on the right foot. And so that's what's called our HATS program, helping applicants to succeed. A HATS visit is not an audit. It's not an audit. What it is we say we identified that you've got some kind of a problem for some reason. We, between the two of us, can't solve it by email. And believe it or not, email can't solve all problems. All right? And so sometimes we've got to come out and talk with you and work with you, show you what it is. You got to show us what the deal. And sometimes it's just a meeting of the minds as to, oh, this is what you meant. Oh, this is what you meant. Oh, okay, and we're good to go. And we're going to try to give you the answer. This is a no-brainer for people who need help and who are in some kind of a vicious cycle that for some reason, we can't get you out of any other way. So come and talk to me, and we'll be happy to come out and talk to you.
More improvements are on the way, Blackwell said, including pre-populated forms and automatic notifications and reminders.
What we're trying to do is get it so that we present to you your last year's application. So all you've got to do is change anything that's different. Most of the applications, the smaller ones that come in, are the same year to year, especially your priority ones where you have telephone and internet service. I want to get a whole system of reminder notices out to you. As I told you, I worked for the Bell system, a long time ago, and back in the 70s, we'd send you reminders notices out if your bill was going to be late. And I said, man, I'm going back. I'm going into the 40s, when I came here with UNIVAC. We got to be able to send you out reminders to a lot of different things electronically. And so we're going to get there. Less paperwork. Hopefully everything will be electronic. We'll send out funding commitment letters. We'll send out everything electronically to you. You'll have the option for a paper if you want, but everything will be sent out to you electronically.
To view the entire session and for more E-Rate training videos, go to www.eschoolnews.com/funding, then click on E-Rate Survival Guide under the Funding tab.
eSN TV, your #1 source for video news and information from North America's leading EdTech publications, from the world's foremost EdTech website, the eSchool News Network, America's EdTech authority. Watch eSN TV. Encounter the field's most fascinating personalities, the innovators who are turning the old school into the e-school. Watch eSN TV. Meet notable educators, advocates, and leaders. Watch eSN TV. Get real-time coverage of EdTech's most important gatherings. Stay up to the minute. Get the EdTech news and information you need to succeed. Watch eSchool News TV.